still here, and if you guys are seeing this, and I hope exactly this particular area remains like this forever. As you guys can see, the rich natural vegetation, which I think some of these natural vegetations are responsible for the rain. So I think the bridge that I showed you guys, I think it starts from exactly where I started over there, and all this side that I'm walking on is the bridge, which is a very huge one. As you guys can see, its pillars, just like I told you guys, this particular area. And I am really commending this particular company that constructed this particular highway, because they really did a great job, because it is not very easy to carve this particular type of road, especially at this location. But crossing, just to give you guys a shot of a glimpse of this other side, but I'll start from this side and then hopefully show you guys exactly this rich natural vegetation that is located at this particular side of the road. So just like I mentioned earlier, guys, you can see water pumps pumping water. Still here. I think I've crossed to this other side, and I hope I am capturing both sides of the street as clearly as possible, and hopefully try to show you guys, or try to capture exactly the beauty of this particular area, including its vegetation and the hills surrounding it. I think this is where the bridge stops. This is exactly where the bridge stops, but crossing. And I don't know if maybe that is a block factory, but I think most of the inhabitants are around here. I think they usually source their bricks from this particular location. As you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, men are at work. Constructing the bricks, which I think is used for the construction of some of the houses at this particular Bathurst area. But again, I'll pause here and show you guys exactly the community, the Bathurst community at this other side, because I think on this left hand side is where most of the houses, or where most of the construction is taking place. I don't know, maybe as we go along we'll see houses at this other, at the right hand side, but for now, at this particular Bathurst community, this is exactly how it is. Most of the houses are located at the left hand side. But we continue with the video. Bear with me guys. I just want to complete the exploration of this particular highway, as I think the video that I did of the Dre community, I think where I stopped at the junction of I think the Dre market, and I think that particular junction where I stopped the last time, I think there is a highway has been constructed that leads from that particular Grafton market, which I think I'll do a review of in my next video, which is the Grafton market. There is a road that links that particular area onto, I think, Allentown, which I think if possible I'll try and do a video of in the coming days, just to show you guys how interconnected some of these highways that are being constructed around the city in recent years. But that will be for another video, as today's video will focus on this main Regent Dre highway. And I'll pause again and take the camera up to the hilly side so you guys can see exactly how hilly this particular side is. And then ultimately take you to this other side, or this other location, just to give you guys another glimpse of this other side. That is a beautiful house, and then take you guys back. Still here and continuing with the video, and I'll just show you guys that particular huge rock formation. As you guys can see, a lot of natural water running incessantly at this particular side. And we continue with the video, and just like I initially stated, I hope this particular area in the coming years it remains exactly how it is, or it remains exactly how natural and pristine its vegetation is. But I am really hoping that it remains this way, because with the amount of construction that is going on, you can really tell that it will be very difficult for that to be the case, as you guys can see. And I think the only thing that is stopping some individuals to construct at this particular main highway is, if I can say, the lack of if I can say a proper access way, or a lack of, if I can say a support. Because as we go along, I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. I will use this way, and I think that is a dam. I'll just so that is the dam. That is, I think it's a hydro dam, but as you guys can see, it is the dry season and the water's current is not that strong, but it is still flowing, but it is not that strong as you guys can see. But we'll continue with the video and hopefully have a clear shot of that particular dam as we go along. So again, I'll pause here and then just to show you guys exactly how rapidly houses are being constructed at this particular site. As you guys can see, access roads have already been carved out. You guys can see exactly how it is at those hilly areas. I think I am still at the Bathurst community and still showing this dam. Still showing this dam, and another shot of this dam, as you guys can see, as just like I told you guys, there is a lot of construction going on, a lot of construction. And if I can just zoom in, you can see that is someone's fence, and I think he's demarcating his land, I think, in order to stop encroachment and all, if you guys can see. And that is the dam where the water flows, and it ultimately ends there. As you guys can see, that is where it ends. And of course the surrounding communities, and I think we are still at the Bathurst community, if I'm not mistaken, because just like I initially told you guys, it is it will be very difficult for me to show you guys exactly where one community starts and where another ends at this particular highway, as this particular area was recently, or if I can say, has rapidly grown over the years. And I think most parts of the country, and I think most rural parts of the country, I think one of the signs that individuals usually see as a sign that that particular area will develop rapidly is the construction of a very important highway at that particular area. And immediately a very important highway that connects that particular area to other communities is constructed. I think that is usually the sign that individuals or that Sierra Leoneans are usually waiting for in order to start developing that particular area. And if I can say, majority of some of the most affluent and some of the most pricey real estate areas in the country usually develops gradually through that means. And an example of course, if I can say, is the Mechkem or the Bauma community, the IMAT community, and I think also the Juba community. But we continue with the video, and I am still here, still exploring this main Regent highway, and ultimately we are coming to the end of today's video. And just like I told you guys, there is a lot to see at this particular highway, and I am just hoping that I am able to capture exactly how this particular area has developed over the years. This is another new construction, that is also another one, and that is also another one. Still here at another angle, showing you guys exactly how fast or rapidly this particular area is becoming. And you guys can see, if I can see, out of 100%, 85% of the houses that are present at this particular location were recently constructed. If I can say, let's say during the last, if I can say 5 to 6 years, if I can say that. I hope I am not wrong, but if I can give an exact estimate, that will be the exact estimate. And as you guys can see, exactly where I am standing, all this area, I think it belongs to individuals. As you guys can see, that is a demarcation to signify the start and the end of someone's land. But I'll just start the camera here, or I'll just point the camera and then try to zoom in and show you guys exactly some of the houses that are at this other side. Of course, the new construction, there are a lot to point out. There are a lot of construction, and in terms of road networks, I think they are gradually carving out access roads that lead to some of the lands, or that leads to some of the houses or new construction projects that are happening at this particular area. Of course, you guys can see, of course, we've passed all those areas, and I hope I showed you guys a glimpse of some of those houses that are in the distance, in the shot. But I'll just show you guys again, and then hopefully we will continue with the video. So as you guys can see, demarcation indicating the start and end of someone's land, or what we usually call it baking. But I think, if I am correct, this is a service station. I think it's a very, very small one that is under construction, as you guys can see from the structure. And of course, and just like I told you guys initially, this place will rapidly develop over the years. As you guys can see, this main highway, it is presently very, very, very vacant, but it is rapidly picking up and developing. And as I think it is only at this side, as we continue with the video, you guys will see from other areas how fastly this main highway, or this, or the houses that are at this main highway, have multiplied over the years. But as you guys can see, this is a start. This is a start, and of course you guys already saw the two new construction at this main highway, including that of that new service station that is under construction. But we are still here, and this video will be a very, very lengthy video, and I will definitely divide it into 2 parts, as it will be very, very difficult for me to explore this whole highway within an hour, as I usually, or as it's usually the mark for most of my vlogs. But still here, and hopefully I'll have to divide this video into 2 parts, and then try to post both videos just to show you guys exactly so another shot still here of the natural vegetation at this main highway. So as you guys can see, people are actually developing their lands, and I think one of the reasons that you usually not see houses at some locations at this main highway is because some of the lands that are at this main highway, they are very steep, and in order for an individual to start construction, I think a foundation like this usually needs to be built before construction is usually started. And just now, so a guy was asking me why I'm doing the video, and I think this is his land, and I think, as you guys can see, construction is going on, and the fence, as you guys can see. So just like I was saying, it is usually very difficult for individuals to start construction, because they usually have to start a foundation like that. If I can zoom in, a foundation like that, and imagine starting a foundation like that, and some individuals' land are usually as steep as this one. And just imagine starting a foundation in order for your building to be very firm or strong, starting a foundation from there, say all the way, say up to here, before exactly you can start the construction at this main highway. And of course, some of these houses, why you think they their construction is already on the way, is because some of them have flat land, and their construction is usually not that difficult to start, as they have a very flat land, as you guys can see an example like that. So let's just say, just imagine if you have a land like this one, and because I think this particular land, I think this is the demarcation, I think, where this one starts, and I think it ends here, if I'm not mistaken, and it starts from, I think, the main highway, as you guys can see. But I'll just give you guys a glimpse or a 360 of the entire area, and then we'll continue with the video. Of course, the vegetation, which is if I can say, the main focus of today's video, as still here. So the focus of today's video is, I think, advocating for the vegetation of this particular area to remain as pristine as it is, as you can really tell that the vegetation here is very huge, as it is very windy at this particular location because of the huge amount of trees and natural vegetation that is located at this particular main Regent highway. And we are still here, still continuing with the video, and this is a very lengthy highway, and I think we will not be able to cover the different parts, as we'll take it one step at a time, and hopefully, if possible, try and be done with this main Regent highway, as there is a lot to see. So as you guys can see, this is someone's land. As you guys can see, it's already been fenced off. People are securing their land because this main highway, there is a lot of construction going on at this particular highway, and hopefully, as time goes on, it will be more crowded or packed than it presently is. But still here, show another location or another side. Just like I told you guys, this left hand side is where most of the construction is usually happening at this main Regent highway, and I think I'm still at Bathurst if I'm not mistaken, because it is very difficult to pinpoint the exact location of each and every community around this particular area. But this is another side, just continuing the video and showing you guys exactly how these parts are rapidly changing. And don't be fooled, most of these empty or these vacant lots that you guys are seeing, they belong to individuals, as I think most if not impossible, most of the lands here are very difficult and pricey to get. But I could be wrong, because as construction is rapidly happening and people are rapidly scooping up or buying vacant lots at this particular location. But I'll zoom in and just try to give you guys a glimpse of some of the houses on the hill. And just like I initially told you guys, in recent years the government is really doing very great in trying to link various communities around the country with the construction of new roads, or with the construction of new road networks that links up and or developing communities with that of main highways or very busy parts of the country. But as we go along, I'll try and show you guys exactly how that has happened. And of course you guys can see the various road networks that are being carved out by individuals that are constructing their houses at this particular location. But so still here and we continue. So I think this is a block factory. As you guys can see, this is a block factory. As you guys can see, the equipment and the blocks are already here. So and that is a welding shop. Hello, sir. That is a welding shop. So I think, just like I predicted, I am at Charlotte Village. So this is actually Bus Station Road, Charlotte Village. But I'll just try and give you guys a glimpse of the hill. So if we can recap, the communities that we've passed, I think we've passed the Regent community, we've passed the Bathurst community, and we are presently at the Charlotte Village. The Charlotte Village side of this main Regent highway, and we continue with the video, and hopefully we'll try and walk for a few moments, and then that is where we'll end today's video. And hopefully we will continue the exploration of this particular main Regent highway at another time. I think these are gates that are for sale at this main Regent highway. Like I showed you guys, the welding shop or the metal workshop that is located at that main road, that Charlotte main highway, but still here. So again, another pause and give you guys a glimpse of the vegetation at the right hand side of this main road. Still here. And we are almost coming to the end of the exploration of this main Regent highway, as I hope you guys were able to see exactly how rapidly growing or how changed this particular side of the country has become over the years since the construction of this main highway. And just like I said, just like the video that I did of the recently constructed the hill bypass road, these areas where these new roads have been carved out, like I was saying before the truck drowned my voice, these particular areas where these new main highways are constructed, you will definitely see immediately after the construction of this particular main highways, that a lot of construction will usually happen just after the construction of particular highways, because most of these particular areas, they usually are not accessible because of either non-existent or poor road networks that usually lead to these communities. But immediately as a major road is constructed at this main roads, you will usually see the construction. You will usually see the construction of a lot of houses that are located at this main highway. Guys, reversing. Still here. Just another drama. He's reversing at this very busy main highway. I mean, he's doing it at his own risk. But we continue with the video, and hopefully I'll try and cross and show you guys this other side of this particular main highway. So I am at this other side just to show you guys. I think this bridge and this particular side, as it is presently the dry season, it is not that flooded, but during the rainy season there is usually a very huge amount of water that usually comes from this particular side. I'll just try and show you guys exactly here, as I think there is a very small culvert that is under this particular side, because I don't think it's a bridge. So just pause and show you guys. So you guys can see the watermarks on the rocks there, as during the rainy season this particular side is usually flooded with water, but now that it is the dry season it has stopped. As you guys can see, we continue with the video and hopefully make progress as we are approaching a very large construction there, which I think is not completed yet, as I think there will be a shop or maybe even a supermarket at that particular location once it's completed, but it is not yet completed, and hopefully we will make progress. And if I can pause here and give you guys a view of some of the houses at Charlotte Village, and I don't know if you guys can see that vacant lot, and if you guys can see, there is a demarcation right around it, signifying or indicating that it belongs to someone. As you guys can see, most of those areas that you guys can see are now individuals' lands, which is very fascinating, as over the years this area will be very pricey, and it will be very filled with very nice and beautiful houses. So taking you guys back the distance we have covered, and hopefully continue with the video. Still here, and as we come to the end or the conclusion of today's video, just still admonishing for the construction of proper drainage systems, proper road networks, and of course the preservation of this particular natural vegetation at this main Regent highway, because as you guys can see, I positively can say that in years to come this particular side will be very crowded. As for now, I think construction is happening on this left hand side of this main highway, but maybe in years to come there will also be construction at this particular side that I'm walking on, which I definitely will not recommend in order for us to preserve this particular natural vegetation and landscape. But that we'll see in the coming years how exactly that will take shape. And so this was the large building that I showed you guys, and I think construction is still going on, and I can positively say that this will also be a service station. As you guys can see, the structure is already there. As you guys can see, the structure is already there, and this is also another new construction. Walking on this other side, this is also another new construction. And as we approach, just to show you guys, I think we are approaching the Victorious Estate, which I think is a real estate development that is located at Charlotte Village, and I'll try and see if I'll be able to show it to you guys. So another construction, as you guys can see, at this main highway, still here. And I think some of the reasons why this particular area is not that an attractive location yet, I think is because I think some of the facilities that usually help in increasing the population of a particular area is, if I can say, is not yet at these particular areas, which I think one will be a school, I mean a public and a private school, a very huge hospital, because I think there is a cemetery around here. There is a cemetery, as I've just seen a funeral procession just passed and went down that way, and I think there is a cemetery around here. But some of the facilities are schools, markets. I mean, it can be a wet market and also a supermarket, and a healthcare facility. It can be a hospital, a clinic for pregnant women and other individuals, and hopefully other facilities that usually attract a huge amount of individuals. So I'll again stand here and then try to give you guys a glimpse. So this is the sign of the Victoria's estate. So I think their real estate development is located somewhere down here, which I think will not be able to explore, as the focus of today's video will be that of the exploration of this main Regent highway. So still at Charlotte Village, and then of course showing you guys the rich natural vegetation or the hill. So this is exactly where I will stop today's video, and hopefully try and continue the exploration of this particular main Regent highway. And as always, thank you guys for coming along with me, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time in exploring with me, and until I catch you guys at the next